Hey guys, it is DGD, Dull Gamer Dull. Welcome back to another part to...
Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel.
Okay, so to kick things off, I'm in a bit of a different area of the game. I am currently dismantling cards that I do not need and I don't believe I will need going forward so that I can earn crafting points, because I found out, and somebody told me this on Reddit, and I didn't exactly know what they were talking about because I was being hard-headed. But okay, what I learned is when you actually have to dismantle certain cards in order to make specific cards that you really want. And I'm about to dismantle. I've dismantled a few earlier that I really didn't believe I needed. Like a lot of the cards I have are like, okay, like the Skull Servant, some of the zombie cards, because I don't really see myself making decks with any of these cards. Some extras that are kind of just there and are taking up a little bit of space, like a lot of these Supreme King Dragon Darks, and I had like 7 of them, so I'm dismantling like 4. The Neo-Spacian cards, which no, just absolutely no. I did not like using that deck. I didn't like it in Link Evolution. I didn't like it in the... Okay, it was cuter in the anime, but let's be honest, Elemental Heroes were fine before Neo Space, okay? And you know what? If anybody thinks otherwise watching this video, that's your opinion. That is your opinion. But my opinion is I did not like Neo Space. I'm very sorry. So that means Neo-Spacian Glow Moss is getting dismantled. So we're basically dissecting them for parts. Like, how dark is that? Oh my god, Yu-Gi-Oh! Alright, so let's dismantle all of these cards that I chose. If you have similar cards to what I have, you can probably follow along. I'm dismantling about 45. But if not, just dismantle any and all cards that you feel like you won't need going forward. Because I'm trying to make like, well, I'm gonna show you. Alright, so let's dismantle them. Dismantle. Alright. And I'm so sure that I'm not gonna need any of those cards because that's not, I have like specific decks that I know I'm gonna make. Like, I'm going to make a Melodious Diva deck because I very much enjoy using this deck. I think it's a very fun and easy archetype to pick up. When I make it and I show you guys, it's easier to show than explain. The only thing I can say is it's fun, it's fast, it's surprisingly fast, it's pretty bulky, it relies mostly on special summoning, but it's really easy to use once you get the hang of it. Now, the real deck I want to make, I'm about to spell. Endymion. Now, where is he?
Excuse me?
Alright, there we go. Alright, I'm back. So, this card right here. I absolutely love this deck. I love this deck. And I really, really wish it had... Because when... all the way back in high school, like, when I got back into Yu-Gi-Oh! I was, like, determined to make a Spellcaster deck. And I came across the Order of the I came across the Spellcaster's Command deck, which was basically Endymion's debut and the archetype involving spell counters. And his effect is... Okay, the main Endymion Pendulum card, his effect is... once per turn... Actually, no. No. Let me go to the things. Let me go to the effect monster. Alright. So, Endymion, the Master of Magic, the Master Magician, and basically his effect says when you can special summon this card by removing 6 spell counters from a magical citadel of Endymion field spell card we control. If summoned this way, I can target 1 spell card in our graveyard and I can add it to the hand. And then I can discard 1 spell card and then target 1 card on the field, any card on the field, as long as it can be destroyed, and destroy that target. Now, this deck was it was a starter deck. It revolves mostly around spell counters, and you're building spell counters so that you can really smack your opponent with a lot of heavy damage. And so basically you're gonna use a lot of stall cards because it takes a while to build these spell counters up. But let me tell you something. Endymion, the Mighty Master of Magic, Endymion, the Mighty Master of Magic, Reflection of Endymion, Magister of Endymion, Servant of Endymion. The Order of the Spellcasters deck saved this archetype so much that it has become my favorite deck. It's not perfect per se. It's not perfect, but I love it. I love the Spellcaster archetype. I love this deck. It's amazing. And I'm going to be building this deck. So, yeah. So, enough of me fanboying. No, I cannot add it, unfortunately. There's a specific way I'm supposed to make them. Dang it. Okay, yeah, my bad. Alright, so with Endymion, it says we have to generate at least 30 ultra rare points. Let's try. Oh my god, guys, I got it. And now my life is accomplished. Oh, and if you noticed, I also use my not my spell counters. Oh, I'm a real fanboy this part. I also spent my jewels on packs. I bought about 1,000, or no, I bought 10 packs from basically all 3 of the card packs that we can get for right now. So yeah. Oh, so that's how they're gonna do it. Dang. Okay, I'm here for this. Okay. So we got Necroquip Prism. We got Raid Raptor Replica, Fog King, Underdog, Mythical Bestiamorph. Okay, this card is also really good, but to me, I think it slows down the play of the Endymion deck, so I probably won't add this card into my deck. Magical Abductor is a great card. I don't think it's great for the Endymion deck. I think that's great for like a general spellcaster deck because it acts almost as a brick. And for the Endymion deck, you really want to keep your pendulum spaces open for your Endymion cards. Magic Dog, it's a cute card. That's all I can say. It's a very cute card. I've never used it. It sounds like it has a cool effect. If it works for people, hey. And Endymion, the Magistus of Mastery. I'd like to think that he is a young Endymion. I like to think that he is. And I might have a little bit of a crush on him. Alright, so yeah. Those are all our new cards. Wait. So now I can officially... Okay. This is no laughing matter. No, we have to buy... I need to buy all of these. I need them. I need it ASAP. Now, this is not how I wanted to start this part, but... Oh my. Let's see if we can hurry up. Oh my god, guys. Now I actually know how to play this game. If I want specific cards, really? I just have to just keep dismantling the ones I don't need. Like, it was so simple all along. It seems like I'm getting... Ooh, yes. Okay. This is gonna be a part of me. fanboying. Listen, Apprentice Magician. Apprentice Magician is my favorite low-level spellcaster monster because it says if this card is summoned, target one face-up card on the field that you can place a spell counter on. Place one spell counter on that target. If this card is destroyed by battle, you can special summon one level 2 or lower spellcaster monster from your deck in face-down defense position. Listen. If you're doing a Blue Eyes deck, if you want to summon Blue Eyes in your deck and you're not necessarily doing a Blue Eyes deck and you need like Maiden with Eyes of Blue on the field, use Apprentice Magician. Apprentice Magician is amazing for this in particular. Or what I used to do, I would summon Apprentice Magician. It gets destroyed. If not that, I put it in face down defense position. It gets destroyed. I special summon my other favorite card, which I don't think I drew yet. And if I come across it, then you know what? Listen. I'm about to fanboy this whole part, and that's just gonna be the whole video. Old Vindictive Magician. It's the perfect combo. It's a simple combo, but you know what? It goes a long way. And that's why Apprentice Magician is my favorite favorite spellcaster. Hands down. People say Dark Magician, I say Apprentice Magician. Mythical Beast Cerberus, also a very good card. If you have, I want to say, Tempest Magician in your synchro, in your extra deck, this is a great monster to stack spell counters on for Tempest Magician because of her effect. So it's also very cool looking, and its effect ultimately is really good for that type of deck. Magical Exemplar, also a very good monster if you need to summon like Endymion or like any spellcaster that really, any spellcaster whose level equals the number of spell counters on this card. Yes. So that's any spellcaster as long as the effect applies. Oh my god. The Mythical Beast cards, yes. Yes. And oh my god, I'm getting my Melodious Diva. Oh my god. This part is just me fanboying. Okay. Mythical Beast Medusa. Another really great card. I'm probably going to go over all these later in the future when I actually make the deck. But it's a very good card. Specifically for the spell counter card. For the spell counter archetype. Because you can, during the battle phase, you can remove 2 spell counters on your field and target one face-up monster on the field. And you have its current attack points. That it comes in handy so many times. You have no idea how many times it really comes in handy. It's a very reliable card. The pendulum effect is okay, but the monster effect is better, in my opinion. And you're always, with this card, you'll almost always have spell counters on it because every time you activate a spell card, you're adding spell counters. Mythical Beast Garuda. This card is highly underrated in my opinion. The pendulum effect is really helpful when you need it the most, but its main effect, you can really stop a lot of special summons with this effect, and then the monster cannot be special summoned for the rest of the turn. I believe it cannot be special summoned for the rest of the turn. Because most monsters that have the special summon effect usually have it like, you know, a once per turn effect. So Mythical Beast Garuda can really mess up a lot of those plays. If I don't duel this part, my bad. I'll probably save it for the next part because like I did not think that I was gonna get all of this right now, but it's exciting me, and I want to share this experience with y'all. So, yeah. Um, we got a Magister. We got 2 Magisters of Endymion. This is also a very okay. It's an okay card. It's an okay card mostly because, and it comes in handy when you need it the most. Because the thing about it with this monster effect, and you find yourself using its monster effect more than its pendulum effect, because its pendulum effect causes it to kind of brick and it won't move. So you better have put at least a pendulum card with a scale of maybe somewhere around 2 or 1. Because if you put this, a pendulum card there in the other scale and it has like, let's say 6 or 8, and you needed it for the effect, and I've done this before specifically because I needed a card effect to work and I was desperate, and it ultimately destroyed my play. It just caused me to self-destruct. But its monster effect is so you can, when it attacks, you add a spell counter to it, and then when it has 3 or more spell counters on it, you can remove it. No. When you have 3 or more spell counters on the field, you can remove all 3 of those spell counters and then special summon 1 monster from your deck that you can place a spell counter on. And it sounds like it's not that helpful, but then when you factor in cards like, okay, Endymion, the Mighty Master of Magic, and I'm going to go over his effect later, or cards like, okay, Magical Exemplar, or, just your powerhouse spellcasters, it really makes a difference. It really does make a difference. As far as our spell cards go, we got a whole lot of mythical bestiamorphs that I can dismantle because I don't think I need that card as much, and a lot of these other cards I can dismantle, so I feel like, yeah, because I'm probably not going to use them going forward. Now Spell Power Grasp, great card, but there's a better card, specifically a spell card that gives you spell counters so much faster and is way more efficient than Spell Power Grasp. It has a cool design, it has a cool effect, and it's very helpful for what I need it to, be helpful for or be useful for. But there is a better card that I really hope I draw at some point, because it really makes a difference. We got like 4 different Rogue of Endymions. This card is not that great, unfortunately. I love that they tried that, Konami tried to add more to the Endymion archetype. As far as like the monsters go, this one, however, is not the best, because when it's normal summon or special summon, you place 1 spell counter on it, then you can remove 1 spell counter from this card and discard 1 spellcaster monster, and then you set a continuous spell from your deck, but then for the rest of the turn you can't activate it. Now the problem with that is, why would I want to set a continuous spell card? Because in the end, you can activate continuous spell cards at any time. I mean, it's kind of counterintuitive, or it kind of defeats the purpose of the Endymion deck. You feel me? We got a magical something. I've used this card before. It's good as long as you keep track of how many counters it has on it, because every counter that's added to it adds a star onto its level. So you want to be careful with this. It has great stats, but it's also it's interesting. We're gonna say it. We're gonna say it's interesting. I haven't really played around with Alchemist to Black spells, but I feel like there are better cards that you can use. Like I said, I didn't fangirl or fanboy over a Servant of Endymion yet. This card, oh my god, it was limited. I think at one point you could only have like 1 of these in your deck. And the whole reason why is because this card is so... It's a little broken. Because its pendulum effect says that each time a spell card, my bad, is activated, you can place one spell counter on it. You can remove, and it can only have like, it can have as many spell counters as it wants while it's in the pendulum zone and while it's on the field, the main monster zone, I mean. But now, like, you can remove 3 counters from this card. You can special summon this card and one monster from your deck with 1,000 or more attack points that you can place a spell counter on, and if you do, you place one spell counter on each. Meaning both this card and the card that was just summoned. Now what that means is, if I needed Endymion, the Mighty Master of Magic, the Pendulum version, or any spellcaster with 1,000 or more that I can add one spell counter to, no matter what its attack points are, as long as it's between 1,000 or more, I can summon it. And you don't understand how useful that effect is and how honestly broken it is, because majority of the Endymion cards are between 1,000 to or more. 1,000 and basically infinity. It's an excellent card. It's an excellent card. Oh my gosh, yes, we did get a Spell Power Mastery. Okay, this is the card I was talking about. Because the thing about it is, this is the card that is better than Spell Power Grasp, because you can add spell counters onto any monster that can, you know, take spell counters on your field. But there's a twist. So first things first, when you activate it, you can add one Endymion card from your deck to your hand. Then, based on the number of Spell Power Mastery and Spell Power Grasps you have in the graveyard, you can place that many spell counters on any card you choose, depending on how many cards you had in your graveyard. So based on, like, okay, let's say you have like 2 Spell Power Grasps in your graveyard, and you have like 1 Spell Power Mastery. So you can add like 3 additional counters to your monsters, and on top of that, their other spell counter effect activates where they keep getting spell counters. So you'll never run out of spell counters. And then, like I said, when I get cards like Endymion, more of the Mythical Beast cards, like, we can really, really dive into it. But, I think for now, all the other cards, like, okay, I mentioned before about the Melodious Divas. I'm not gonna fangirl over them yet, because really, I'm hyper-focused on Endymion right now. But with that being said, I'm going to keep dismantling more of these cards. And I apologize that this video wasn't exactly what I was gonna, what I exactly intended it to be. Which was gonna be continuing through Ruin and Demise. But with that being said, I'm going to keep buying more of these packs. Trust and believe that is what I'm going to do. I have 23 hours left. I need to do this. I have the money. I need this. I desperately need this. But with that being said, thank you guys so much for watching this video. If you like, you can follow my Twitter, Instagram, and my brand new Reddit page. Thank you. That will all be in the link in the description down below. As well as like this video and subscribe to my channel for more content. It has been a pleasure playing. I really do hope that I can get majority of these cards and go through a little bit more, go through some more of them. But until then, DGD, signing out.